Thank you, viewers, for your incredible support on our previous video. Today, we dive into a pivotal moment in history, World War II. In the late 1930s, the world stood on the brink of chaos. Economic collapse, political extremism, and unresolved anger from World War I pushed nations toward conflict. Across Europe and Asia, fear quietly spread among ordinary people, setting the stage for a war that would change the course of history forever.
The Second World War began on September 1st, 1939, when Nazi Germany invaded Poland. This aggressive act marked the start of a conflict that would engulf the globe. Within days, Europe was plunged into total war as nations rallied to defend their borders and alliances were tested. The invasion showcased the terrifying speed and power of modern warfare, with Blitzkrieg tactics overwhelming Polish defenses. As countries declared war in response, the stage was set for a devastating conflict that would reshape the world. Blitzkrieg, or Lightning War, was a military strategy employed by Germany during World War II. It focused on speed, surprise, and coordinated attacks using air power and ground forces. This approach allowed Axis forces to swiftly overwhelm much of Europe. In 1940, France fell within weeks. Cities crumbled under relentless assaults, and hope for a swift end to the conflict faded. Adolf Hitler, the architect of this strategy, was a charismatic yet ruthless leader. His ambition for expansion and dominance drove the Axis powers to seek control over vast territories, reshaping the landscape of Europe and igniting a devastating global conflict. In 1941, the war became global. Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, drawing the United States into the conflict. Meanwhile, Germany invaded the Soviet Union, expanding the war's reach even further. World War II now spanned every continent, engulfing nations in a struggle for survival. The Nazis employed brutal tactics, including relentless bombings, mass executions, and the use of concentration camps to eliminate their enemies. These horrific methods aimed to instill fear and assert dominance, leaving a devastating impact on millions. The global scale of the war transformed the landscape of international relations and human history forever. As battles raged across continents, civilians paid the greatest price. Entire cities were reduced to rubble, their histories erased in moments of violence. Millions faced imprisonment, starvation, or the horrors of concentration camps, where humanity was stripped away. The scale of human suffering reached unimaginable levels, leaving scars that would last for generations. The impact of this global conflict was felt not just on the battlefield, but in the homes, hearts, and lives of innocent people everywhere.
By 1942, the tide of World War II began to turn dramatically. The pivotal Battle of Stalingrad marked a significant defeat for Axis forces, shattering their momentum. Meanwhile, in Africa and the Pacific, Allied victories sparked renewed hope and determination. Hitler's strategies, once seemingly infallible, began to falter as time passed. His overextension of troops and resources stretched the German military thin. The failure to secure a swift victory in the Soviet Union proved disastrous, leading to heavy losses. As the Allies coordinated their efforts, Hitler's ambitions crumbled under the weight of strategic miscalculations and the resilience of those fighting against tyranny. The turning point of 1942 signaled the beginning of the end for the Axis powers.
By 1944, the Allies launched a decisive offensive, with the D-Day invasion at Normandy, marking a turning point in the war. The successful landings allowed Allied forces to establish a strong foothold in Europe, pushing Germany back on all fronts. As the Allies advanced, Germany faced significant challenges, including dwindling supplies and manpower. The relentless pressure from the Allies, coupled with internal dissent and the loss of key territories, led to the fall of Berlin. By May 1945, the Nazi regime collapsed, signaling the end of Axis ambitions in Europe.
In 1945, near the end of World War II, two nuclear bombs were dropped on Japan. The first bomb, known as Little Boy, was unleashed on Hiroshima on August 6th. Just 3 days later, on August 9th, the second bomb, Fat Man, was dropped on Nagasaki. Following these devastating events, Japan announced its surrender on August 15th, effectively bringing World War II to a close. In 1945, the deadliest war in human history ended. More than 60 million lives were lost. World War II reshaped nations, borders, and humanity itself. Its lessons must never be forgotten.